Good evening. Welcome to Reclaiming My Life podcast. Reclaiming My Life is about trials and trauma that my co authors and I have experienced, how we overcame those trials and trauma and reclaimed our lives. Please meet my beautiful co authors, Dr. Tiffany Tyson.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reclaiming My Life podcast.
The beautiful Mrs. Tramika Cooper.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Reclaiming My Life podcast.
And the lovely Miss Ursula Jones.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining Reclaiming My Life podcast.
Thank you so much, beautiful ladies. So, tonight we are going to be talking about emotional affairs. We don't hear that too much, right? We hear about those physical affairs. And a lot of times, people don't consider an emotional, having feelings for someone, an affair. But, when we stop and we think about it, for example, if I'm chatting, me being a married woman, if I'm chatting with a male quite often. And I tell my husband, oh, he's just a friend, but my husband doesn't have a relationship with this male, okay? And so it's someone that I need to talk to every day. We're texting, good morning, how you doing? I hope you have a great day. Sometimes it may get to, oh, what are you wearing today? Or sometimes just sharing our feelings, things we're going through in life, how things could be better when we're frustrated with our children or even with our spouse. So we start feeling a whole lot of emotions, right? And we start getting emotionally attached because it's I have to text you good night. I need to talk to you, because those feelings, we're starting to have feelings. And when we do that, if that's something that I'm doing every day now with the opposite sex, or for some it could be the same sex, it's really pulling me away from my husband. If I've already discussed that with my friend, and he has already, given me some advice, or he has already comforted me, made me feel good, you know, I don't need that from my husband, right? So that's what we consider an emotional affair. And sometimes it can even escalate because it can start small like that. And the next thing you know, when you're talking every day and the feelings are just increasing, and sometimes, oh, I'm in the bed. Well, what are you wearing tonight? Just trust. It can escalate. And then, we start imagining what it would be like to be with this person, what it would be like to be intimate. I wonder, could they make me feel better than, my spouse make me feel? And it's someone that, again, your spouse don't even have a relationship with. That's called an emotional affair. Okay. So for you all that don't know it, for me, I'm one that even when it comes down to Facebook Messenger, sometimes we can have our stories up and people just want to slide in your DM, comment on your little story, oh, I think that's cute. I like that. No, we don't need to be doing that. You know, Look, I can sit here and talk to y'all all day because that's the coach in me. But I'm going to bring my co authors on and let them chime in because we all have different views when it comes to how we are actually, our relationships with people. And so let me bring on Miss Tramika Cooper.
Hello,
Come on.
beautiful.
Hi, Tramika. Come on and talk to us about this emotional affair. What is your views on it?
Well, Claudia, I agree with you. I have been in that situation before, and it was basically the same. It was me and my ex basically did it. I was having an emotional relationship with a coworker, and he as well, but it didn't come out until it came out on my end, um,
Mm-hmm.
and it was more or less because I was getting the lack of attention at home. So, when you start getting attention at work from someone, and they're telling you, oh, you look nice, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
right. It's not right at all. Um, because in a relationship, you need to communicate.
Right.
Communication is key, but also compromising, it comes into play as far as, with communication too, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it can also get physical. It didn't get physical
Right.
on my end. It can also get physical, and
Right.
that's a no no. When you're in a relationship, that's a no no. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's really tricky. It's
You know,
and a relationship is really tricky. It really
uh-huh.
is. It really
You're
is.
right. You're right. And I like that you said, that you were, it was a lack of attention for you. And
Mhm,
sometimes that does lead people to, I need someone else to talk to. But
mhm, mhm,
I have to really put myself in that situation or position, and think about, if I'm not getting enough attention, like you said, the communication comes first.
mhm, mhm,
Because why am I lacking the attention from my
mhm,
spouse?
mhm, mhm.
That's the first thing we need to do is find out why, and sit down
Right,
and communicate and try to find out ways that we can connect. Let's set a date, that we go out once a week,
right,
or let's set up a time, whether it's prayer time. Maybe we need
right.
to pray together at night, because we're just coming home and we're eating dinner and we're going to bed, and you're
Mhm.
not giving me any attention, and I'm wanting attention. And even sometimes it can be a spouse that's sexually frustrated.
Right,
You're not,
right, right.
do you desire me? You don't desire me anymore. So if I feel like you don't desire me, I want to
Is it
go and seek attention. So why? Again, it's why don't you
right?
desire me? Because
Exactly.
a lot of times there's something just going on. And like you said, if we're not communicating and we can't find out that why,
Right.
is there something going on? Are you depressed? Are you going through
Mhm,
something? Or is it
mhm.
that you don't love me anymore? You just don't want the marriage anymore. So it can be
Right,
so many different reasons as to why. So that would be the first step. So
right.
thank you
And
for sharing that.
you have to have that comprehension. You have to be able to comprehend, you
Yes,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. And
definitely.
girl, you're on it, because sometimes, you know what? We don't want to understand.
Right,
We don't
right,
want to be patient.
right.
You know,
Definitely.
we
Yeah.
want what we want when we want it, and
Really
that's
want it.
not right.
Mhm,
Hmm.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yes,
So true.
absolutely.
So true.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much,
Yes,
Tramika.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next up, we will have Dr. Tiffany Tyson.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, beautiful.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to hear your views.
Yes, I have
Give
some
it to
words
us.
for you. So, emotional affairs can be very devastating. And, technology is so advanced right now. A lot of couples don't even allow Facebook in their home because it can lead to certain, messaging. And next thing you know, the person's up late at night, they're messaging someone on the phone. But it starts with, like you said, what's going on in the home? What actually caused this to happen? And so it's very important for spouses to sit down and communicate. Sometimes we can become so busy in our day to day lives. Couples can become like passing ships in the night. You're leaving,
Hmm.
they're getting up. And so there is that lack of communication. And so, hey, that person at work, or like you said, that person that slips into your DM starts messaging you. And pretty soon you're, needing to talk to that person when you wake up in the morning, or that person's available to you when that spouse is not. Next thing
Hmm.
you know, hey, you're meeting that person for lunch. And
Hmm.
then, lunch can turn into something else, a little bit more, more physical contact. And so what happens is when the individual starts, let's say if the spouse starts questioning them about, hey, who are you messaging? Who are you talking to? Oh, it's just a friend. And you kind
Right.
of just brush it off, but it's becoming more than that. And it can lead to lack of self-confidence or self-esteem for your spouse at home. They may be wondering, well, what does that person have that I don't have? Do I need to go out? Do I need to change my hair? Do I need to, buy some new cologne? Or what is it that I need to do to attract my mate again? Like, what's really going on? And the key is, as you guys talked about a few minutes ago, communication. Communicating what's happening. Hey, after you had our child, you don't spend as much time with me, or hey, you got this new job. I'm happy for you that you got this new job, but we don't have our alone time anymore. So really, as you said, make date night and important nights. Go ahead and ink that in on the calendar. Making time for one another. You got to keep things spicy. Even though you've been there, you got to take time to do date night, or leave those little notes for your spouse, or check in with them during the day just to see how they're doing, just to let them know that, hey, I'm thinking about you today.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Dr. Tyson.
You're welcome.
Sitting here as a married woman, I can imagine giving anyone my time. First of all, I'm already busy, and just like you said, just our lives, just trying to make time. So, I don't understand. And I can't say I don't understand because everybody isn't as busy as I am. But just trying to make time for me, I'm putting it on the calendar. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we're gonna do this. Of course, date night. Let's do date night. Let's do snuggle time. Of course, we don't ink in no snuggle time. But when I say snuggle time, that's just movie in the bed snuggle time. We don't plan it out, plan it everything out now. That just happens, okay?
Yes.
Y'all, we all grown here. But another thing is I want to talk about, it's just respect. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm always on the phone with another man, I have a man. I'm not gonna give another man my time. We have to respect our spouses. That's very important as well. But Dr. Tyson, thank you so much. Let me bring on Ursula, because let me tell you, we could keep this thing really going.
Yes, we could.
Because there's so many levels to this when we're talking about an emotional affair. We can go from an emotional affair, we can talk about the respect aspect. And I'm gonna say this real quick. I actually lost a family member that couldn't understand that I wanted to be respected when it came to my husband. Okay. Although, and it was an incident where a close family member went into the bedroom with my husband. And I said to them, we're not doing that.
Right.
That's disrespectful, and they couldn't understand it. And long story short, I don't think we've spoken, maybe 4 years, because they thought that I was in the wrong. When it comes to my husband, baby, no, and I even tried to reverse it. How would you feel if I was at your house and your husband walked into a bedroom and I walked into that bedroom behind him? You don't do things like that. And anybody that can't understand that, boundaries, there you go. Boundaries, baby. And even with my friends, my husband and I, we have friends, couples, and we don't text one another separately. We have a group, and we chat in the group. Like, I'm not going to text my friends' husbands because there's nothing that I need to be saying to them privately.
Exactly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. We have to do better. Woo. Come on now. Let me bring on Miss Ursula Jones.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful you. Give it to us, Ursula.
Well, I'm going to say for me, I haven't had that problem, but I have had men to come in my inbox, and be like, "Oh, you so beautiful. Oh, I wish you was my wife. I wish you wasn't married. I mean, like
Mhm.
all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to say this. I don't think none of the men that came in my inbox would dare treat me as good as my husband treat me. They would
Mhm.
not tolerate none of my mess. So all that stuff they honey, my husband spoils me. I am rotten. So I don't think
Mhm.
none of the men would ever, could ever do anything for me.
Mhm. You
But yes,
know,
I don't think it's right.
right. And the thing about it is, when someone is sliding into your DM, it's all
Hmm.
about how you respond.
Exactly.
Even, right then and there, I'm a married woman, don't come back in
Hmm.
my DM. That's it. Nip it in the
Hmm.
bud. And a lot
Exactly.
of times, people feel, oh, I have to have on my wedding ring because I'm
Hmm.
married. I
Hmm.
mean, yes, I have a wedding ring, but we don't have to wear a wedding ring to prove that we're married. It's all about how we carry ourselves,
Ourself, you
you
are
know.
exactly right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So,
Hmm.
when people are approaching us, we already have that walk,
Hmm.
I'm married walk. You know what I mean? I mean, we're still spicy, but they just know, oh,
Exactly.
she's unapproachable, she's taken. Okay. So, I appreciate that input, Ursula, because, I definitely can get that. You are a beautiful woman. And I'm sure
Thank
that
you.
everybody that's sliding into your DM, they see that that you always posting your husband. So they
Exactly.
already know that you're married. So they
All the
just,
time.
from the jump, disrespecting you.
Exactly.
Okay?
Hmm.
So really, really, when people do that, you can say, you know what? You have no respect for me.
Hmm.
Point blank, period. Because I'm
Exactly.
married. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. They know. Exactly.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna talk back with Miss Tramika.
Hello.
Uh, Hi, Tramika. Tramika. So you were talking about that. You actually had the emotional affair, and your husband
Hmm.
was having an emotional affair. What led you all, or what led you, to have that emotional affair? I don't know if you said the lack of attention was on his part or your part.
It was on his part. This was my ex-husband. It was on his part, and I do believe it was because maybe we were young. We got married when we were 21 years old. We really hadn't lived life, and I'm thinking it was maybe immaturity at the time. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe I just felt like I wasn't getting what I needed at home. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think maybe I was just immature at the time, but it happened.
Right,
It
right.
happened.
You know,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you saying that because sometimes, of course, when we're young, like you
Mhm.
said, and immature, and we haven't grown up to really understand the concept
Yeah.
of marriage and
Right.
what being married really means.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
easy to do that,
Right.
because a lot of
Right.
times we feel like we're still courting, when we're married
Right.
and young. Well, you know what? You're not doing this. That's okay. I'll go get me somebody, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, we can
Right.
have that kind of attitude.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
But now my
absolutely.
marriage now is solid as a rock. Nobody can't even look at me. I don't even second look. You know what I'm saying? Like you said,
Right,
you have that married walk now. I'm unapproachable.
right,
So and
exactly.
like you said, a ring don't make you married. It's the way you
That's
carry
right.
yourself. So yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
definitely. Mhm.
Well, let
Yeah.
me tell you, when it comes to my husband, a friend of mine, we joke, and she'd be like, "All right, touch my husband, I'll cut you." She'd be
Right.
like, "The Bible says thou shalt not kill. It ain't say nothing about thou shalt not cut."
Right. That part. That
you
part.
know, okay, so
Yeah.
just saying, these women, they feel like, hey, how you doing, and vice versa. I'm a woman, so I'm talking about my
Right.
husband right now.
Right. Right.
You're not getting no
No,
parts of my husband, none
not
of it.
playing.
Not the
Mm-mm.
not the conversation, not the smiles,
No.
none of it.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Right. Exactly.
all
Exactly.
of that belongs to me.
Right. Hey, how you doing? We doing okay. We okay.
That's right. We
We
we we okay.
we
And that's
okay.
how we have to be and should
Mhm.
be about our marriages.
Right.
Um,
Right.
all of it, all of it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through, and that's what we stood there. We took a vow, to for good and
Exactly.
bad, better or
Right. Right.
worse.
That's
So
right.
we have to work through whatever is going on in our lives when it's not
Exactly.
good. It doesn't
Right.
mean, oh, well, now I'm gonna go talk to somebody else because you ain't acting right.
No.
Guess what? After a
No.
while, baby, they ain't gonna be acting right either. So you figure it
Exactly.
out.
Right. That part. Right.
Yes, yes.
That's
So,
right.
we just
That's,
definitely wanted to touch on emotional affairs tonight
mhm.
because
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
important, and some people don't even realize they're having an emotional affair.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. They think
they're
it's
on the
okay.
phone right now.
They think it's okay.
Yeah, they think it's okay, and it's not. Because you're
It's not.
taking time away from your wife, from your children, from your
Mhm.
home. You put an energy into another person's home, that have
Right.
no rights to you.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Y'all see me
Right.
with the attitude with no rights.
Right.
I don't play
None.
about my baby.
Right. None.
None. All right.
None.
Any last words on emotional affairs, Tiffany or Ursula?
I think the key is to keep communication open in your relationships and let your spouses know what your needs are, what on both sides. But the key is just keeping communication open.
Absolutely. And Ursula, any last words?
Keeping it spicy, keeping it
Girl.
spicy, communication, telling each other you love each other, you look
Mhm.
beautiful, you look good, you smell good, all of that.
Yes, I love it. And that's important to keep it spicy,
Hmm.
and not once a month, not once a month, and I love to tell, the ladies that I coach, we can do any and everything else we want to do. And we say that we are super women. So the
Hmm.
last thing,
Mhm.
we say how hard it is for us to say no to everybody else. So don't you dare say no to your husband, okay?
Exactly.
Right now I'm talking to the ladies, okay? Don't you dare say no. I don't care what's going on. It don't take that much time.
Hmm. You're
We're
Right.
gonna
right.
go to our women's meeting. We're gonna get on a podcast. We can go do our TV shows. We can go to all the meetings. We can do girls' night. We can do any and everything else we want to do. So, ladies, no, we're not doing that. Not with our husbands, okay? Don't give your husbands an excuse, okay? Or a
Right.
reason, not an excuse, but a reason.
Right.
Although they're supposed to be faithful, regardless, but
Right.
still, don't let it be said what you wouldn't do. You do for everybody else, but when it comes to me, you won't do. Well, we thank you all so much for joining us again on Reclaiming My Life. And we hope that if you are in a situation where you are having a physical or an emotional affair, that you too can reclaim your life.